The Guy, Sharyn and Clint podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the beginning bit of the podcast.
Brought to you by Foosballs. Because I think this podcast should have a sponsor, and there's a stupid product called Foosballs that Clint eats almost every day, and I think surely they'll sponsor us.
Well, they'd have to listen to sponsor us.
If you're a corporation, and we haven't discussed this or anything like this with marketing or anything like this, but if you're a corporation of any description, our show is cheap. We will sponsor the podcast. What will you guys do it for? Because I'm in it for if someone gave me $12.
Yeah, gas money, maybe?
Oh, yeah, gas money. Or book vouchers.
Okay, no, you're not allowed any time to think about it.
It could
You've got
be
to answer
anything.
as soon as it comes into your head. Who is the ideal sponsor you want for this show?
Sesame Street.
Calendar Girls. I had to say, I'm like, we will take anyone. Anyone. It could be Pleasure Chest on K Road. Anyone.
Sounds like someone just wants a free dildo.
The sex toy store.
If someone gave me okay, as a joke, if someone goes, hey, I'll give you a dildo if I can have my name on the front of the podcast, and that's the sponsorship, I will do it.
Here's the podcast.
Then at least you'll finally find out how it feels.
The Guy, Sharyn and Clint podcast.
Start of the new week, start of the new chalkboard. Let's clear the slate. I'm
Yes.
doing big gestures because I'm like, this is exciting. Stop mocking me, Sharyn. Okay, all right. New
Okay.
segment that I'm going to pitch right now. It could be a disaster. And yes, I did steal it pretty much off One News, like good sorts. It's called GC of the Week.
GC of the week. Controversial to do it at the start of the
Yeah,
week.
that's what I was thinking. Why are you doing it on...
Just nominate someone. Who cares when it is? 0800 The Edge or text in the 3343.
Is it-
If you know someone who's GC of the Week,
is it something they
call
did,
up
is
and
it,
they'll win the ultimate prize, which is a CD.
Is it something that they did today, or is it something that they did last week?
0800
Just
the
of
Edge.
recent times.
Or text at
of a
3343.
week. This is going to sound weird, and I'm not trying to get all sob story on you right now and take you
good.
down a dark path, but I was so inspired by at the comedy club on the weekend we had like a kind of a memorial service for the deceased comedian Ewan Gilmore, and when people not only were people, it was hilarious. It's like one of the funniest gigs I've been to where people were just telling yarns about Ewan because he's such a funny guy and he did so many he was the kind of guy who's always doing ridiculous things.
Yep.
But what I found out about Ewan when I was there, and it just often happens when you're at a eulogy, you hear about all the amazing things they did and how nice they were and how much time they had for people. And I realised I am a terrible person. I've got to turn my life around and try. If I could be half as generous as Ewan,
Yep.
I'd be like Mother Teresa pretty much. It's something to aspire to, isn't it?
So this feature is to what? To reward
To
people
celebrate those people.
Okay, great.
It's called, in Ewan's honour, it's not called the Ewan Gilmore Memorial Award, or it should be. It's called the GC of the Week.
Maybe the G could stand for Gilmore.
It could.
Yeah.
It could. It absolutely could.
We are going to get some nominations now from 0800 The Edge. Sharyn, who would you like to nominate for GC of the Week?
Well, I heard it on the radio, and oh my gosh, you've had me on hold so long. I'm going to have 9 minutes left.
It's an 0800 number, Sharyn, so we're paying for the phone call. Don't worry about it, babe.
Sharyn, who calls up a radio station and then complains about how much the call's costing them?
It's
I had no idea you're going to put me on hold for a whole song.
Oh,
and a half.
Sharyn, it was me, and I apologise. I'm so sorry. Sharyn, who do you nominate for GC of the Week?
Well, actually, I was in the car, and I was trying to think of someone, and I didn't come up with anyone, so I'm nominating myself.
And why are you the GC of the Week? Because you called up the radio station was what you think is your own money.
What's that?
Don't worry. No, she's not winning. On to the next one.
Thanks, Sharyn. We're just going to put you on hold again.
Yeah, who's next?
Ashley, why are you GC of the Week?
I want to nominate Callum Mepstead. On the weekend, you guys were at Matt Nugent's flat.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
yes,
okay.
in Hamilton, yes.
Okay, first of all, Ashley, I need to ask, is he alive? Because I, without a word of a lie, was so worried about him that I checked Stuff and the Herald website first thing Sunday morning to see if there'd been a reported death of a really drunk person in Hamilton.
No, he's 100% alive. He does have a few plasters on his arm, though.
Why? What happened to him?
Just after you guys left, he was a little bit intoxicated, as you know, and he decided that it'd be a good idea to Superman jump onto the beer pong table,
Okay.
which resulted in the table flipping, and he just got shards of glass all in his arm.
Oh my God.
Okay, not sure if that makes him GC of the Week.
I feel like he didn't really help anyone. I feel like this award is going south very quickly.
Callum is one of those people that you look at, you're like, I love you, you're so nice, but please do a detox for a couple of weeks and just stay away from the booze. Keely, why are you GC of the Week?
Hi, my best friend
friend decided whilst sitting outside a derby game to bend down and tie up my shoelace for me in the middle of a crowd. And she was just being a real good GC and like looking out for me.
Hey, see, that is
Okay.
That is a good friend. I think she's definitely a finalist. What's her name?
Charlotte Drum.
Charlotte Drum.
So Charlotte Drum, who helped a friend out by tying her shoelace, is so far the leader. If you can top that, 0800 The Edge, or text in to 3343. Please top that, because this is getting pretty bleak. Someone's texted in saying, my mum is a GC. Last week when I was sick, she cleaned up vomit from the toilet, the bath, and the bathroom floor multiple times.
Yeah.
Someone else would like to nominate Colin Slade. That's definitely worth it, I reckon.
he's up there. Yep.
Someone would like to nominate their boss, who got up at 2 o'clock on a Saturday morning to drive them from Pukekohe to Gisborne for a sharing competition and then home again in the afternoon. 14 hours of driving just for them. That's unbelievable. What a good
amazing.
boss. Our boss wouldn't drive us to Ponsonby.
He wouldn't even give.
We're in Ponsonby.
He wouldn't even give us petrol money to drive.
All right, let's take some calls for GC of the week.
Hey, Christy, who are you nominating for GC of the week?
I'm nominating Jenna Neal.
And what did Jenna do?
So she got married a few weeks ago, well, actually in June, and she wanted to get something for myself, and she surprised me and my partner with a weekend away.
Wow.
And she looked after my 10-month-old baby.
Wow.
That is genuinely awesome. That's a really good nomination. I like Jenna. So wait there, Christy, you're definitely in the finals for that one. James, who are you nominating?
I'm nominating my workmate, Wicker.
Yeah, what did he do?
One of our workmates failed a drug test, so he's had to come in and soldier on for us, and he's now on 11-day streak.
Is he the one that failed the test, or is he covering for someone that did?
No, he's actually our 2RC, so he's the one stepping in.
Okay, good. Okay,
Man.
good. I thought you were going to say he had to come in on his day off and fake a urine test for the guy.
Oh, no.
That's a pretty good nomination, James. Alyssa, who are you nominating?
I'm nominating myself because I stood up for Guy when you guys were all bagging him, telling him that he was the reason why nobody else would listen to the Edge anymore.
Hey, and I appreciate that you. Thank you. That's why people give me crap, because I can't even talk.
It's pretty good, Alyssa. Aaron, who are you nominating?
Hello.
Hello, who are you nominating, bro?
I'm nominating the man with 2 turbos.
yes.
That's a pretty good nomination.
Hey.
Yep, so all the non-believers, take that. All the fucking heads.
Yeah.
Go the Turbo Nation.
Go with the Turbos, and I'd like to nominate the Tasman Marcos. I've been rubbishing Nelson Rugby for years, and they're in the final. Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to nominate the Bay of Plenty Steamers, because they're giving it a go.
I'd like to nominate the All Blacks for getting there in the end.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, we've got all of our GCs on now. We have to choose one. I am kind of on the fence with Christy and with James. So Christy was the one whose friend Jenna bought the weekend away for helping her out with the wedding.
Oh.
And James is nominating his 2AC at work for covering for the guy that failed the drug test.
I'm going James.
You're going James, or are you going with Guy?
I got a heart of gold and got to go to the sweet lady.
I've got to go with her as well. Hey, Christy.
Yes.
You have won for Jenna GC of the week, and we're going to hook her up with our must-have CD this week.
Also, a copy of the new Sole Mio book, Our Story. They're the legendary New Zealand opera duo. And it's actually signed, not by Sole Mio, obviously. It's signed by Clint, who's written inside it, "Chase your dreams, love Clint."
So congratulations, Christy.
The Guys, Sharyn and Clint podcast.
So we've been having an intense discussion off air. Clint is a bit wound up at the moment about a conversation he had on the weekend, and we've decided to entitle the segment "The Trouble with Teenage Girls," aka kids these days.
So I went to visit my cousins on the weekend.
Yeah.
Just to catch up. And one of my cousins, Caitlin, is... Oh, damn it, she'll be listening to. I think she's 15.
Oh.
Shout out to Caitlin. Oh, are you embarrassed that you don't know her? Are you embarrassed about what you're going to say about her, or that you don't know her age?
Probably both now that I've named her.
From what I've heard, your family doesn't like you, so she's probably not listening.
Sweet as. Last time I went to visit, Caitlin I went and saw her CD collection, saw her posters. Huge One Direction fan. Like, completely plastered her whole bedroom in One Direction posters. Floor to ceiling. One Direction, everything.
Is that a huge One Direction fan, or is that just a normal One Direction fan? Because that seems to be the standard.
Possibly just a normal One Direction fan. And I said to her...
Man, first of all, can we point out how lucky she is that her parents let her put drawing pins in the wall?
I think it might have been Blue Tack.
Oh, and blue tack.
Oh, blue tack, mate. That ruins the paint.
Oh, it'll ruin the wallpaper.
Greasy. It's greasy.
I said to Caitlin, I said, hey, what do you think of the new One Direction song? What do you think of Steal My Girl? And she goes, don't like One Direction anymore.
What?
And I was like, how can you pledged your life to those boys. How can you not like One Direction? And she looked at me like I had asked a dumb question. And she said, 5 sauce? And I said, what about 5 sauce? She said, I like 5 sauce now. And I said to her, hang on. You're allowed to like both. You can like One Direction and 5 sauce.
No, it's like back in my day when I was Caitlin's age. You had to either like the Spice Girls or you liked the sluzzy Spice Girls, the All Saints.
Oh, no way!
You
The
had
All
to like-
Saints were saints.
I loved the All Saints.
They were
They were not
goddesses.
R&B, but you had, when they first came out,
Yeah.
you either were All Saints or Spice Girls. You weren't both.
So I said to her, well, my logic was you're allowed to like both. And her mum was in the kitchen making lunch. She goes, oh, thank you. Finally someone says it. And I said, is this a bit of an issue, is it? She goes, Caitlin begged us for One Direction tickets at the beginning of the year. We bought her tickets to the One Direction show. It's not till next year, and now she doesn't like the band anymore. And that, I think, is maybe the genius of One Direction. They sell their tickets 2 years in advance because they sell them at fever pitch, and then by the time the concert rolls around, the kid's like, don't really care anymore.
The buzz has rolled over. That is genius.
Yeah.
But I will say this to Caitlin's mum, just scout them on Trade Me, because they're probably worth double value. They're like better than Auckland house prices.
Maybe she's just realised that she likes bands that play their own instruments, and that's why she's jumped over to the 5 sauce.
Oh, so she's gone for real music.
Yeah,
She's
well,
gone for 5 sauce for that.
I'm still all about Harry Styles and Niall.
Well, I tell you what, I could probably find you 2 tickets going cheap to the concert.
I don't want to go to the concert because I don't want to lose my hearing, but I'm just saying, Harry Styles and Niall, they're on the list.
I'm still Team Cody Simpson. Just throwing it out there.
Who? Is that the one that slept with one of the Kardashians?
Probably.
Guys, Sharyn and Clint podcast. I like it.
Watch out, I have a new theorem. It is this. People hate on things without even understanding them or knowing what they are properly. It's the origins of racism, to be honest, but I'm thinking on a much more trivial level. And I realized the other day that I hate and criticize the show The Big Bang Theory, and it just occurred to me, I'm the biggest dick in the world. I've never even seen an episode of that show. How do I know I don't love it? I don't know. And that's what I was wondering. I wanted to find out from people. 0800 The Edge or text into 3343. I'm going to ask Sharyn and Clint as well.
Oliver Driver.
What is the thing that you hate that you just realised you've never even actually seen before?
Me.
You want me to ask you?
Yourself?
Yeah.
You got your hand up?
Yeah.
Good, okay. Yeah, you can talk.
Facebook.
Okay.
Mine was Facebook, and I'd never tried Facebook. And I was like, no, I've got Bebo. There's no need to try anything else. And they're like, you can tag people's faces and say who it is. I was like, I don't care. And I hate Facebook.
Yeah, you've
I
got
hate it. And then I tried it. Guess what? Haven't updated my Bebo in ages.
I feel like there's another one that you didn't mention.
Yeah.
Remember before Guy worked here and he was mean to you on Twitter and he was dissing the All Blacks, so you unfollowed him on Twitter?
Oh, Guy Williams. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Guy Williams before I tried him either.
Then you got to know him and now you think he's all right.
Me and Clint actually both had that. It was actually mutual. We had rough beginnings, but we're good mates now and it turned out well.
Yeah.
It's real funny because they liked me at first and now they hate me.
No, don't be like that, Shazdog. What's yours?
My one was Seinfeld. I hated Seinfeld.
But you never actually watched it?
I'd never watched it, and then I started watching Veep, and I fell in love with Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and then I started watching Seinfeld.
You know, I think I might be the same. I like Seinfeld now, but if I think back, I think I used to hate it without ever having watched it.
What was that show with Raymond on it?
Seinfeld.
No, not Seinfeld.
Everyone loves Raymond.
Everyone loves Raymond. Shazdog hated Raymond. Just saying. He was annoying. Hey guys, my name's Raymond. Hannah, what was it for you?
Well, my friend really likes cheese and grapes.
Hang on.
She really likes cheese and grapes, and do you not like cheese and grapes?
Cheese and grapes.
And you don't like...
Weird.
Are we talking about at the same time, like cheese and grapes
Yeah,
together?
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Have you not had that? Yeah,
Like,
and
in a
crackers.
bowl
Yeah.
at the same time.
So you hate cheese and grapes, but you've never actually tried cheese and grapes?
Yeah, like, it's dairy and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
with
let,
you
we'll
on
let
that,
her go
Hannah.
before she gets blown away, but I'm with you because I didn't like cheese and grapes irrationally, but then I tried it, still not like cheese and grapes.
Haggis.
Oh, okay.
Haggis is another one for me, because I always remember we had haggis at my dad's bowling club, and my mum had real bad haggis breath afterwards.
Oh,
And so I've never ever wanted to have haggis ever. Hey, Angela, what was it for you?
Oysters.
Oh,
Never
yeah.
tried them. Yeah, but I think they would be absolutely disgusting. They look like little balls of snot.
Is it also because you heard they're an aphrodisiac and you don't want to be like in the middle of a restaurant all of a sudden be hot for someone?
Be a bit excited. No, I just think they look like snot, and
Hey.
I just think they'd taste disgusting.
Angela, I can give you the scoop on oysters. They taste like snot as well. They taste like
taste like
salty
snot.
sea
They're
snot.
all right. I'm
I
growing
knew
into them. Or trying to.
How can you be into oysters but not cheese and grapes?
Do you like cheese and grapes?
I think I love cheese and grapes.
Do you actually eat it all the time?
Put them on a toothpick.
That's weird. It's a weird combo.
Shane, what is it for you? Hang on.
Apple products, straight in there. He's ready to hate them straight away. Why? So you don't own any, Shane?
No, never have, never will. Just an irrational hate.
No, it's
I
not.
think it's the people that use them.
No, I'll tell you why. It's not irrational at all. It's rational because Apple heads are so into it
Yeah.
that they just yum. Sharon's one of them. She's an elitist.
I used to be one. I'm reformed.
I don't listen to you guys.
To
Why?
be honest.
Why?
Because I'd rather use my Apple phone than my big tablet that you guys use. every time that Clint calls me on his Samsung, his phone cuts out. Every single time. It
That's
sounds
a
like
fault with your phone.
it only happens when you call. It only happens when Samsungs call me, not the iPhone.
Well, we'll just agree to disagree.
Via the text machine, I hated all nuts until my girlfriend forced me to eat them. Now I'll eat the whole bag, and she regrets it so much in her face.
It's usually the other way around, eh?
No, don't try and turn that into a dirty joke.
How can you hate all nuts before you've even tried some nuts?
I don't like Brazil nuts, but I have to. My nutritionist says I have to.
No,
eat
you've still
them.
got it wrong, Sharon.
But-
You've still got this whole idea wrong.
No, but I did not even want to try them
This is not
because
a-
they smelt like BO.
Sharon is very confused. Let's go to a song or an ad break or something.
Hang on,
Guy,
is this
Sharon, and
actually
Clint.
not cool things that Sharon
No,
hates?
not at all.
The Guy, Sharyn and Clint podcast.
When I was in LA on holiday, I quickly realised that the worst tourist attraction in the world is the stars that they have down on the ground. The
Oh.
Hollywood Walk of Fame.
I'll back you up on that.
They've literally just printed out some stars, put them on the ground, and then people go, oh, look, it's the name of a famous person in marble. No one cares. The famous person isn't there. You've got a photo with some name. It says Michael Jackson on the ground. And what's worse is that they have more than one Michael Jackson star. How does that even work?
It's because it's the most popular star.
The only evidence, if you don't have more than them,
It's true.
You should still only have one star, though.
It's because one
No,
is...
there's some of the when we did the tour, the guy said that some people have a couple of stars because they're really popular stars.
No, they have a couple of stars because they got one. He got one for radio play and one for recording artists.
Well,
Something
that
like that.
guy's a liar.
But anyway, the only point of the star, the only thing it shows is that the celebrity went there one time on the unveiling, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like you're so far away from the stars, it's not funny. It was the worst tourist attraction of all time. And we wanted to ask you today, what is the worst tourist attraction you've ever seen?
Mark, help me out, buddy. What's your
How
worst
are ya?
tourist attraction? Oh, so great. Thank you so much for inquiring. What's your worst?
no worries.
What's your worst tourist attraction?
Rotorua, clearly.
Oh, hang on, mate.
Oh yeah, it
Wait,
smells.
not even,
Hey,
not
no,
even
give
something
me
in
time.
Rotorua, the whole
Okay.
city.
Hey, excuse me, both of you shut up. This is Mark's time. Mark, give us your explanation.
Thank you. Well, who else could charge you money to have you turn up and to some place that actually stinks? Like, you go there, you're about sort of 50 k's out, and it starts stinking through your air conditioning. So you turn off all the outside air, and it reeks. And the closer you get, the worse it gets.
They don't-
And yet they still charge you double money
the
for
stink is
everything.
free.
Honestly, just go somewhere and get someone to fart in the car, eh?
Mark,
Yeah, exactly.
Mark, are you-
or multiple people actually.
Exactly.
Mark,
Yes.
are you done?
Sorry, yes, that's my rant.
That is my hometown that you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
That's
you live in Nelson, don't you?
no, that's
No,
Guy.
that's me.
This is Clint talking.
That's my hometown you're talking about.
I'm from Rotorua, Kia Manaakitanga. How dare you, first of all? It's the cultural mecca of New Zealand, and the stink is a gift to you because it's good for your arthritis.
And I'd like to ask, you obviously still don't live there, so it can't be amazing.
Yeah, well, touche,
Either that or
actually.
just a lack of job opportunities.
And it's got a luge.
Also, in Clint, in Mark's defence, this is bringing up for his opinion of the worst tourist attraction, not defending your pooey hometown.
Fair enough, my
Don't
apologies.
say that.
And Joe, what's your one?
My one is Rome in Italy. I just think it's the worst.
So much walking time. What did you think that the biggest letdown of Rome was?
The Colosseum and the Vatican, to be honest. The Vatican just took way too long to get around. There were so many people. And the Sistine Chapel is in a dungeon, and it's like the tiniest little painting on the wall ever.
Wait.
I am with you on this because I did a tour and I thought the same thing because you walk in and you're like, pretty roof, cool. Oh, another pretty roof, cool, and it's amazing. But I don't need to sit there for 10 minutes and hear you explain every single brushstroke to me.
Who's the lovely lady? Who's the lovely lady on the phone? What's her name?
Her name's Joe.
Her name is Joe.
Joe, your problem with the Sistine Chapel was that it was just a tiny painting on the wall.
Well, no, you have to go down like this creepy little alleyway of like, stairs to get there. It's down in like pretty much the dungeon of the Vatican. It's not even a chapel.
You realise it's on the roof, eh? You realise it's on the roof.
It's on the roof. Yeah, but it's so
I feel like you
small
didn't even
and
see it.
pictures.
I feel like some Mexican guy or Roman guy tricked you into going down to a dungeon.
I feel like you wouldn't know because you're
Yes,
talking
this
over
is
her
it.
the
The
whole
Sistine
time.
Chapel.
Shut up! God, Joe.
Seriously,
I'm with you.
It's so small.
I agree with you, babes.
Just get Sharyn started on Rome and she will fire up. She did not enjoy that place at all. Oh, tell us about Romeo's house, Sharyn, that you hated that as well.
Oh, no, I went to Verona to go. The only reason I went there was to go to Romeo's house, to Juliet's house, sorry, and see the wall where all the girls go and write their letters to Juliet, like in the movie Letters to Juliet. So I get all the way there and I looked on Google, it said it was there, it said they sorted the letters thing. It turns out you just get to doodle your name in the archway that goes towards the house. And so I went and I said, where's the wall of letters? And she said, you know that was a movie, eh? And I was like, what? You gotta be kidding me. And she goes, honestly, it's the most asked question we get here. Everyone comes here for the wall. It was just a movie. And I was like, okay. And she goes, well, you can either buy it on DVD over there or you can go and write your letter in that book. And just like on a like thing that you could, like a Lena thing, you could just go write in like a 1B5 book your letter to Romeo. It was so stupid.
Sharyn was so passionate about before. She was like, you can't even get a pizza there. You've just got to eat this stupid salty fish.
You don't know because Verona don't do traditional Italian food. You can't get a pizza anywhere.
I bet they do traditional Italian food in Verona.
Okay, well, you, the person that hasn't been there, great comment.
Okay, wait. So we're having an argument about whether they do traditional Italian food in Italy.
Verona, they're the part of Italy where they're all about like salty fishes.
Yeah, but that's
and
traditional
stuff like
Italian food.
Yeah, but they're not about like the pizza and the pasta. Like it's
they
not.
do traditional Italian food there. We're getting amazing texts and calls from the machine as well.
Darren, what is your worst tourist attraction?
Darren.
No, Darren's
Someone
gone.
texted in to say the worst tourist attraction, if you could call it that, I ever saw was the dingo fence in Australia. There's a dingo right beside it, on the other side of the fence.
Hey, Maddie, what was your worst tourist attraction?
Oh, look, for me, it's got to be the Sydney fish markets. There's nothing to do there except really buy fish.
I wonder what gave that away.
That's gold. He's laid his case. There's nothing more to say.
Logan, what's your worst tourist attraction?
Definitely the Mona Lisa. For sure.
Totally. It's like the most seen image in the world. Just Google it. It's not going to look any different, apart from the fact you're going to have 50 people in your photo.
Well, no. You say it's the worst one you've ever seen. How am I meant to see it when I can't get closer than 20 metres?
Exactly. That's why I say,
it's all the way
Logan.
on the other side of the wall behind the fence.
If I pay $20 for something, I want to be able to get up there and touch it.
Yeah, I want to be able to sniff it.
I want to be able to draw like a penis on there or something.
When it comes to the Mona Lisa, you're not going to get any closer. You either got to take a photo of it or like get a photo of Google or just drop your shoulder and push a kid over. That's what I would do. Erica, what's yours?
Hi. A few years ago, I went to Egypt, and we went and had a look at one of the pyramids at Giza. and we got to go down into one of the tombs, and it was a real disappointment because it was just like a 5 by 5 meter room. It was really, really, really smelly, dark, and there was like no hieroglyphics.
Like a tomb or something.
Yeah, like one of the tombs.
Did it smell like some dead guy or something?
This is the best.
No, it was empty.
This is the best segment ever. She's complaining that the tomb was too much like a tomb. Should have had some air conditioning in a cafe or something.
All right, thank you for all your contributions. Also, one that featured highly, a notable mention, the Mouraki boulders. Is that how you say it? The boulders in New Zealand?
Yeah, the Mouraki or Mouraki if you're from Nelson.
It's hard to be disappointed. It feels blasphemous, even slandering things like this, like the Mona Lisa.
No, those are no. Can I say that all these things people don't appreciate them properly? Those are rocks that have been rounded out so they're like almost perfect balls from years and years of evolution and what do you call it when things are wound down? What do you call it? When
Erosion.
Erosion.
Yeah, there you go. Who knows?
It's a miracle.
I guess if you haven't actually been there, you can't comment on it.
Feel like they're just some big rocks.
The Guy, Sharyn and Clint podcast.
Something we've got to bring to the attention. This could be quite embarrassing to Clint Dog.
Well, we could just skip it.
No, we definitely have to talk about it.
Sharyn texted me on Saturday night and go, oh my God, Clint is drunk tweeting the rugby and it is an absolute mess.
It was amazing because I didn't see it. My husband goes, wow, let me guess, Clint got real hammered at the party you guys hosted in Hamilton. And I was like, why? And he goes, he's very angry on Twitter tonight.
Okay, say what you want. Say what you want because it's out there.
Embrace Rotorua
But
Clint.
just let me say one thing before you start.
What do you want to say?
Drink responsibly, and I don't condone anything that I might have said.
Okay.
The best part about it, though, is that there's two sides to Clint. There's cute Auckland metrosexual Clint.
Let's not use the word metrosexual. It's not 1998.
No, but you are like you.
New age.
You're new age. Like you're fancy. You're fashionable. You take
Hey,
pride.
don't give him too much credit.
I was going to say this is going pretty good for me.
Apart from your New Balance shoes.
He wears aftershave.
And then you flip the coin and Rotorua Clint comes out and the bogan in him just lets loose.
Okay, so Clint, if you don't know rugby, there's a player who plays for Australia who's quite cocky. I think he scored a try, am I right?
He did. His name is Adam Ashley Cooper.
Adam Ashley Cooper. Name. And just for some reason, Clint had heard that Adam Ashley Cooper was better than his favourite player, Conrad Smith, and he was not having a bar of it. So he starts tweeting, there's chat around that Adam Ashley Cooper is the world's best 13. He is no Conrad, but good on him. That good on him is so passive-aggressive. By the way, Clint's handle is @KiordaClint. @KiordaClint was not that friendly this night, all right? He continues, I hate Australia. This is one tweet. Rough way to start. And I hate Adam Ashley Cooper. We win. Full stop. Exclamation mark. Yes! Exclamation mark. What a win! Exclamation mark. Don't tell me Adam Ashley Cooper is the world's best 13. He never was, never will be. Okay, so at this point you're like, okay, Clint hats Adam Ashley Cooper. That's okay. A lot of people do in New Zealand. People take rugby seriously.
Did you confuse him with Quade Cooper?
No, I knew who I was talking about.
It gets worse. And this is where he crosses the line. Because he brings children into it.
Oh, God.
He writes, call me selfish, but I'll be happy if Adam Ashley Cooper's kids never know what victory against the All Blacks feels like. Hashtag All Blacks. Turns out the legend continues. This wasn't even as bad as it got for @KiordaClint. Shannon's dog informed me this morning that he even at one point tweeted Beauden Barrett. Beauden Barrett, a guy who's not even from Australia. He plays for he's the New Zealand starting, first 5 at the moment.
Yeah.
Clint tweeted him so he can see it, so he could read it at his face to tell him that Dan Carter is better than him.
Okay, wait, that one was an accident.
No. Rock bottom.
That was an accident because I was talking about how good Dan Carter was and I didn't know that someone else tagged him into the conversation.
But also, Beauden Barrett has been playing so well.
Oh, he's great. I love Beauden Barrett. I tell you what, in the cold light of day, I don't even mind Adam Ashley Cooper. I just think I was on some other wavelength and it's unfortunate that through the power of the internet, these horrible statements have been published forever and a day.
Don't drink and tweet, ladies and gentlemen. It is a dangerous world we live in.
The best part was when you at that party got up on the table, pulled your pants under to poo.
No, that didn't happen. No,
she added that.
How do you know that didn't happen?
Because it didn't. I hope that didn't heaven.
The Guys, Sharyn and Clint podcast.
I'd like to do a show prayer. Everyone at home.
Okay.
Everyone in the studio.
Is this going to be incredibly sacrilegious because my mum's a Catholic and she'll be offended?
Bow your heads and pray.
Okay.
Dear Beyonce.
Dear Beyonce.
Please, 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 Beyonce, please make my husband be well enough to go back to work tomorrow because he is driving me freaking insane. Amen.
Amen.
Honestly, I love my husband Bryce a lot. Like, a lot. So much I went to a U2 concert with him. Now, that's true love.
Whenever someone says, they start the sentence with, I love my partner, I love my mum, you know some bad stuff is coming out.
You know there's a butt coming.
My husband has had the most horrible flu, which then turned into this horrible chest infection, which led him to being put on oxygen yesterday.
Whoa.
And so he's been off work for a week now, and we used to work the same hours. Now we work different hours, so the morning's my special Sharyn time where I get up and I make my breakfast and I watch the Gilmore Girls and I have a really nice morning with my dog and just chill out and relax. Except this week has been full of whinging and sickness and all that sort of drama. And
you mean you've had someone to care for?
No, but I was trying to care for him. Every time I'd cared for him, he'd start yelling at me because he was so bored.
But don't you feel like you should feel sorry for him because he's real sick and stuff?
I felt sorry for him for the first 2 days, but also I didn't feel sorry for him because we had an argument at the start of the year that he should get a flu shot, and he didn't get a flu shot. I got a flu shot. I haven't caught his bug, although now he's saying, I didn't have the flu, I had a chest infection.
Remember when he was saying that he had Ebola?
Yes, okay, so then he thought he had Ebola
That's
because
not cool.
he Googled what he thought he had. It has got to the point now where I am just so over him being sick because he texted me today and he started nagging me via text. And this is a text that he sent me. Hey, you don't put the eggshells down the waste disposal, do you?
Perfectly reasonable text to get in during work hours.
I didn't reply because I was like, piss off. Honestly, who else did it? The dog? There's only 3 of us that live there. So I didn't reply, and then about 3 minutes later, we get another text that said, it's just because I noticed one in there. It's all G if you don't know, but it just really bungs up the unit, apparently.
So passive-aggressive.
It's like, get a life. I know you're sick and I know you're bored, but don't text me when I'm at home at work bringing home the bacon about me accidentally putting an egg down the food disposal. He really just needs to go back to work. I know that he's like real sick and stuff, but God, if anyone's got any miracle cures, please text them in.
I got one question.
What?
How's the sex life?
No.
We're not even sleeping in the same bed at the moment because he
So,
keeps...
in other words, not good?
No, well, usually it's great, but like the last week, he's not even sleeping in the same room because he's coughing all night.
Our prayers go
I
out
kicked him
to
out.
Bryce and every man with the flu at this relatively warm and non-fluey time of the year.
Guys, Sharyn and Clint podcast. I like it.
I'm just serving pure left, right, and centre here on the debate scale today. Me and Clint just had America's Cup debate, wasted him in that. Definitely the most enduring image of the America's Cup is the boat flipping over.
No,
and
it's Dean Barker crying.
No one's even seen Dean Barker crying.
It was on the front page of the papers.
Clint got onto the old onto Google and tried to find some videos of Google of Dean Barker crying. Couldn't find any. He was just
Do you know what you
just
are?
walked away.
Do you know what you are?
What?
You're like that annoying drunk old man that thinks he's right about everything and will just yell until everyone just gives up trying to say you're wrong.
The next thing that I am right about.
God.
The bridge debate. It has been raging ever since you've been listening to the show. We did a phoner at 5 o'clock. It was, what's the worst tourist attraction you've ever been to? And I had an amazing holiday away, but I brought up 2 examples. One was the Hollywood stars. That's a given. Like, they're crappy. They're just some crappy names written on some concrete. And the other one that I thought was very, very disappointing was the Golden Gate Bridge.
Now, this is a controversial statement.
In San Francisco. It's not even bloody golden. It's just a bridge that people drive across to get to work. The other thing about the Golden Gate Bridge, in my argument, is that there's another bridge called the Bay Bridge that is amazing. It goes for miles across an island called Treasure Island, by the way, and then all the way through to Oakland, like a Dave Chappelle joke, which is off the hook.
Doesn't the bridge lead into Golden Bay?
The Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
It goes to just some northern suburbs of California.
It goes across and into Sausalito and stuff. Geography, semantics, anyway. Your point was, you don't think the Golden Gate Bridge is one of the top 10 bridges in the world?
No, I'm going to come out and say it right now.
Okay.
I reckon it's an awesome bridge.
Now, this is a debate that needs to happen.
I love the Golden Gate Bridge. It's a beautiful walk. It's got a beautiful view on it. It looks impressive. It looks better than the Auckland Harbour Bridge.
Well, now, it's much better than the Auckland Harbour Bridge. Every bridge. Nelson's got better bridges than the Mai Tai Bridge in Nelson's better than the Auckland Harbour Bridge. That's not saying much.
I'll put it out there. Golden Gate Bridge is my second favourite bridge of all time.
What's your first favourite bridge?
Brooklyn Bridge in New York.
Are we just doing this because we're all real bitter about the bridge that we've all been given, a la the Auckland Harbour Bridge, and so we feel passionately about other bridges? I don't even know what we're talking
about. I'm just saying that there's like. The Golden Gate Bridge is impressive. It's beautiful.
I love that we all have such strong opinions on bridges. This is the stupidest thing we've ever argued about. If you can help us out on your bridge opinions, call us on 0800 The Edge or text into 3343. As next, I will reveal my list of bridges that is so much better than the Golden Gate Bridge. It's just orange. It's not golden.
It's in San Francisco.
It's a long way away from San Francisco. It's a 20-minute
awesome
bike.
Bridge. It's really beautiful.
Sharyn declared it being her second favourite bridge behind the Brooklyn
Clint,
Bridge.
you just went there. You enjoyed the bridge.
Fantastic. Possibly my number one bridge.
No,
to be honest with you.
Overrated. I got 10 bridges better than it.
Yeah, but you always say that things are overrated if everyone likes them.
Okay, what about... Oh, here's something that everyone likes. Let me let you know on a little compliment to the Sydney Opera House. The Sydney Harbour Bridge, beautiful.
Good bridge.
Classic architecture, Art Deco style, fantastic. Let me come to another one of my bridges on the list of best bridges of all time. The Tower Bridge in London. That's a bridge that's built in the olden days and goes up. That's my impersonation of the Tower Bridge right there.
The Golden Gate Bridge doesn't need to go up.
Have you just Googled bridges?
What about the Hangzhou Bay Bridge? Interesting you ask, Sharyn. Definitely not. These are off the top of my head. The Hangzhou Bay Bridge, obviously in Hangzhou Bay. It's a hell of a bridge. What about that bridge that people always do kisses on in Venice? You know that real nice bridge that was in a James Bond movie with the arches? What about that one?
Let's go to the phones instead.
Yeah, look, we've got Mark here. Mark thinks...
What about the Lake Pahutakaran Causeway?
You may have forgotten about a bridge.
Mark, what are your thoughts on bridges?
Oh, well, you couldn't get a better one than we've got in Whangarei. It opens up in the middle.
Okay.
Oh, the lifting bridge.
The lifting bridge.
Yeah.
It sails right through.
It is a pretty good bridge. I like how it lifts.
I'm a big fan of the Whangarei Bridge. And did I say that right?
Yeah.
The reason I like the Whangarei Bridge is because it is shaped like a Māori hook, like the one that Maui used to fish up the North Island.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's very clever, don't you think, though, that architecture?
Sure, I haven't seen it.
It features in a Hyundai ad. So if you've seen a Hyundai ad, you've probably seen it. You've probably gone,
okay.
What, is that a sophisticated European architectural bridge? No, it's in bloody Whangarei.
Mark, is it your number one bridge? Does it outrank the Golden Gate Bridge for you?
Oh, definitely.
John, easy, mate.
Well, whatever. I've actually got my biggest number one supporter, apart from Clint, who just proclaimed it his number one bridge. Another big supporter of the Golden Gate Bridge. Please welcome to the show, Sandy.
Sandy?
Sandy?
Yeah, hello.
Hey,
hello. Hi, Sandy.
So, Sandy, tell everyone what you think of the Golden Gate Bridge.
I like the Golden Gate Bridge because it's beautiful and like, yeah, it's great. And yeah.
And that's enough.
Nailed it.
Suck on that, guy.
I feel like Sandy just
Sandy.
destroyed my argument by being the cutest thing in the world. Oh my God, how can I argue with that? You just unleashed the big guns.
Sandy, can you please just say to Guy, suck on that, Guy?
Suck on that, Guy.
Hey, gotcha.
It's like a bazooka in my heart.
It's bloody on the internet, isn't it? One of these bloody podcast things.